All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to We Want Plates. I'm assuming you're here because you're hungry for some really sick merchandise, which you can get for a few more days at represent.com/CaptainSparkles. Link in the description, hashtag Team Ionite. We'll start off with number 19 on our monthly list of, they tried to present the food in a fancy way. The artistic salad dressing smear really complements the plastic fork. Yeah, you know, they tried to be artsy with it, but then they also tried to be environmentally conscious. We don't want to waste water by doing metal utensils. Our plastic forks, they are recyclable. So really, we're doing good things for the earth here. I can't say I've ever been presented with a salad that was on a completely flat plate. Usually there's some kind of elevation to the edges that allows you to kind of scoop up bits of the salad without them going all over the place. This just seems impractical. Also, plastic cups to go along with the artistic smear. They tried to present nicely, and less cleanup. How do you even eat this? Location is Coney Waffle. Oh my God. Oh my God. How do you eat this? Just present it to me. I'll find a way. Don't you worry. Yeah, I'd finish it. I'd probably feel pretty terribly after the fact, both emotionally and physically. Wow, is that cotton candy and just a bunch of stuff like stuck into it? That's the only part about this that I'm kind of hesitant about, is that the cotton candy is gonna get kind of gross once it's got like liquidy things in it, but otherwise, oh my God. I see images of things like this in press photos, but I never think that anywhere actually makes it. I mean, just get a plate, you'll find a way. Clipboard charcuterie. Hold on, wait, why does it say Facebook? Is this like at the Facebook offices? Probably not. Maybe you get a free one if you share your location on Facebook. I like how everything's actually sticking to it though, and they just conveniently clip the bread in because it's the only thing that doesn't have the sticky property to it. Maybe it goes along with the theme of whatever's going on here. If it's some kind of conference, an engineering conference, because engineers walk around with clipboards and write things on them, right? I've been served bills on a clipboard before. That seems to be kind of a thing that some of them do. Never food though. Fruit leather leaves stuffed with some kind of fish? We were told don't eat the branches. Like it's a fruit roll-up? It's fruit leather, right? Isn't that a kind of a fruit roll-up sort of thing? As a brand of like a healthier oriented kind of fruit roll-up made with more real fruit, but then stuffed with fish? That's kind of weird. But I have been served something on branches before. An anecdote which I often reference when on the subreddit, so I'll reference it again. Wings at a bar served on a skateboard. Hey man, that's pretty gnarly. I'd shred it. Also, can you take the board home with you? Is that part of the experience? Is, hey, these wings, it costs like, I don't know, $50 for it, but 25 of that cost is going towards the board, which you get to keep as a souvenir. Also though, that is a lot of wings, all right? No plate out there is gonna hold that many wings. They don't wanna serve you multiple plates, okay? Hopefully, like, they do a pop shove it on the way over, like they serve it while doing a pop shove it. Couldn't do a kickflip, wings would go all over the place. But that's like the only practical item that they can serve those things on. But also it's made of wood, sealed, but still wood. So hopefully you just get to keep it, because otherwise washing a skateboard in water over and over, probably bad for the deck. I tried to avoid throwing my skateboard into water or having it end up there. I hope these wings have a great name to them. Continuing along, we want cups that look so diabolical. You just impaled the head of a rubber duck. Google, I'm not saying things that should result in demonetization here. It's just a rubber duck, but it happens to have what looks to be a stake going through its head. Hey man, it depends on the location. Maybe this is a place where you can order drinkable soap. A lot of baby soaps are marketed as non-toxic. So here, if you'd like to drink some, now is your chance. You've always wondered, I wonder what it's like to drink that non-toxic soap. Apparently I'm gonna be okay. Will I hiccup bubbles? Let's find out. Modern take on peppermint patty is just minty cotton candy. Yeah, that's disappointing. It's just branches. Why is that a combination? That when the chef was trying to figure out, all right, so we want to serve some cotton candy, especially special happy anniversary cotton candy, because that's what people want for dessert on their anniversary at a fancy restaurant. What should we serve this on? We should just take a couple of pieces and put them on some branches of driftwood, you know, because that makes sense. There's definitely, it ties together. I don't know how, but it definitely does. And then you put the coffee grinds on the bottom, which I've always wondered what they were, and then I tried it because it's like chocolatey coffee kind of. I don't know if it's coffee or chocolate, but anyway, they're not good. I hope the rest of the meal was good, but even if it was, that would just baffle me, because this is a multi-course menu place. They don't do this kind of preparation on a dessert on like your average a la carte. You just finished up all your other courses. It's a prefix tasting menu, and they bring this out to you. You put in before you reserved, like, oh, what occasion is this? Oh, it's an anniversary, so they were ready, and then they just did this. Okay. This food no one at our table touched. What is that? Is it like beans and noodles and other beans on some kind of very strange looking ladle, spoon, stick? I'm assuming it's supposed to be some kind of like, it's an appetizer. Maybe this is before you get to the actual dishes. They're like compliments of the chef, and they bring these out, and then you're supposed to do a little spoonful. Except there was an attempt. It didn't quite pan out. We got the plate, at least some part of it, at a cafe in India. Hey, I mean, to be fair, you don't need all that real estate in order to serve that, but maybe instead they just didn't have any smaller plates on hand, so they tried to make the most of the situation. And like, we could take our existing plates and we could just chop them up, and then that way we're saving some money on having to buy some new plates. Is that it? Like, is that a dish? It just seems, I feel empty. This is my entire rib cage, and this is just my heart sitting empty, surrounded by nothingness in a deep black void. All of a sudden people are like worried about me. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm making a joke, okay? I feel empty looking at this. Pulled pork on a hubcap. Like, if you get things a little bit off balance, it's just gonna rip the paper through one of the holes, and then you're just gonna have spillage everywhere. But I guess it's trying to convey like, hey, we're kind of like the dingy diner. We got the checkerboard paper pattern, and we snagged these hubcaps off a car out of the parking lot. The other day, this guy was like, man, I wonder where my hubcaps went. Little did he know, we actually took them so that we could use them as plates. They're real, authentic. We didn't order these to be plates. We stole them. Now we're using them. We're resourceful, okay? It's all about conserving the finances, right? Split plates in half, take some hubcaps off the cars in the parking lot. There are lots of them. Do we really need hubcaps? No, they're aesthetic. I don't need it. On my car, you'll make better use of it serving food. The National Clipboard had the right idea. Insist upon plates. They make every meal a special meal. Made possible by the National Clipboard. America needs clay and vice versa. I like how they're like, we could type the whole thing out, but they'll get the idea if we just say vice versa. They need us too, and we need them, and it's cool. What was this? Some kind of like 1800s propaganda when clay wasn't being used enough to make plates? Like, we had people who were going out and they were collecting rocks. So like, these will work real well. Man, I spent all day searching for a flat rock. I finally found it. This is gonna be great for my dinner. And the National Clipboard was like, whoa, these rocks are really eating into our market share, okay? They're really eating into our silicon, all right? I know you got silicon in those rocks over there. Yeah, but we're gonna shape our silicon. We're gonna make plates. You can be cultured. It'll be special when you use a plate for dinner instead of a rock. Don't be a caveman, all right? This has been paid for by the National Lobbying Association for Clay, which I didn't even know existed. This is so bizarre. I didn't realize that you had to convince people. I guess this is how plates came about, Back before this campaign, everyone was eating off of rocks. They're just taunting us now. Salmon tartar in a crystal slipper. Our impressive smoked salmon tartar served in a real crystal slipper. God, the thing about this is I love smoked salmon. Lox and bagel is one of my favorite things, but nothing about this looks appealing at all. Oh, what is that? This is mush. I don't know why, it reminds me of my grandma. I mean, granted, lox and bagel sort of reminds me of my grandma because that's where I'd often have it growing up. But still, just that kind of, I don't know. I associate my grandma, lox and bagel, like a deli. This looks like a thing that you would see at a deli, and nobody but really old people orders this. It is exclusively old people ordering what that is. at a deli. Don't argue with me on this one. I'm correct. And then it comes in the slipper too, and I'm just confused. And now I get the association of like old people feet. Caviar served on a cauliflower, not meant to eat, on a bed of fake grass in a wooden box. Cauliflower is so good though. Why would you serve it on inedible cauliflower instead of actually doing something with the cauliflower? I can see kind of the fake astroturf being sort of an agriculturally inspired dish. Although the National Clay Association, they would disagree with this approach. This isn't up to their standard. I'll be honest, I've never really understood caviar. It's never really stuck out as like, oh, this is particularly delicious above all other things. I was having a discussion just the other night with someone about caviar, and they were saying they weren't particularly into it. And I was like, I totally get it. Like, I've had it. I'm not gonna complain. It's fine to eat. But it seems like something that is expensive because it's associated with being expensive. It's not because, oh, this is delicious. It's just, oh, you think of caviar, you think of expensive, and therefore it's like this self-perpetuating cycle. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe for some people it's like, oh my God, this is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. But I don't know. It's like fish eggs. So it's basically like anything else. They called it a bloodbath. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, kind of a weird association. I think it's a clever approach. And then you probably you undo it here, you pour it into the glass, and voila, you have a DIY Bloody Mary from a blood bag. Except also you're like, oh, now this looks like I'm actually pouring blood into my drink. Am I a vampire now? Maybe this is meant for after you've already had a few drinks. Everyone at the table has. So you're all like, you're in the mood, you're already lubed up a little bit. And like this really hits the spot. You're like, hi, this is great. I love it. Look at me, I'm a vampire. Tiramisu in a flower pot with a giant sprog of rosemary for maximum annoyance. I can't say before seeing this image, I've ever looked at tiramisu and been like, ah, dirt. That's what this looks like. If I were a chef, I would want to make this look like dirt. I don't want to be given the mental image of, all right, I'm about to eat dirt. This association is kind of important when it comes to food. I never looked at a flower pot before and been like, I really want to eat that. Tasty looking dirt. Now I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I hope this is good. And my mental image is probably going to reduce how this tastes for me. Also never had rosemary on tiramisu either. And I love tiramisu, but this would be weird. Grilled cheese on a donut suspended precariously over a saucepan of tomato soup. It's not a bagel? It's a donut? Because if it is, that is a strange combination. Let's take a donut, cheese, and tomato soup all together. Maybe it's delicious. I mean, I do love donuts. I do love grilled cheese. I never really eat tomato soup, but I don't mind dipping grilled cheese in it either. It might be better than I think it is. I'd be willing to give it a shot. I don't think it could be terribly bad. I had cinnamon roll French toast a couple days ago. Let me tell you, that was great. I had mine, then someone else at the table ordered it, was like, I'm done after eating half. So I garbage disposaled theirs. Someone else at the table got just a cinnamon roll. I ate a bit of that. I am the human garbage disposal, and this looks right up my alley, honestly. It was served 3 chips on a log. Branch just seemed to be pretty popular. I'm actually super surprised I've not seen an image from Vespertine on here. That's the place where I got the stuff served on the branch, because it is right up the alley. And maybe that's been changed. That's a place that definitely shifts up their menu really regularly. But it is basically like this. I also had another nice place I went to recently. I had 3 chips served to me on a single appetizer plate. Great, given this was pre-appetizer, it was in the waiting room area as everyone was arriving. These are pre-dinner. Here, we're just gonna hold you over while we're waiting for people to get here. But I don't think I'd ever been served just 2 or 3 chips. And that was it. Not a bag of chips. No, it's just, these are 3 chips. That is it. We want tables. That seems like a pain in the butt to clean. Just think of all the things that have spilled and just all the crumbs that are in the grass. But I guess at the same time, if you spill your drink, you're like, I guess I don't have to worry about it, until it just kind of soaks through and all of a sudden you're sitting there and liquid starts dripping on your lap. Also, why is there grass here? Can't we just have a normal table? That'd be great. Just go ahead and dump my shrimp all over some empty beer cans, please. But why? Why are the beer cans there? It's like a sushi roll with stuff on top. except you took out the sushi roll, you kept the stuff on top, and you replaced the sushi roll with beer cans. I just want to picture the person who came up with that, because was that the idea? You know how people like to order sushi rolls? Well, what if we took that concept, but we got rid of the sushi roll part? We get great marketing from the We Want Plates subreddit. Also, then you're gonna get pieces of food that you actually want to eat that fall into the openings in the cans. Then what are you gonna do, bother fishing it out? No. At that point, I don't know if this is a hot dish or a cold dish, but if it's a hot dish, it falls into the can, it's gonna lose its heat real quick. You're gonna be like, I don't know, did someone drink out of this beer can before? Does the table have to pledge to order a 12-pack, and then they're able to order this dish afterwards, and all the empty beer cans go towards it, and it gets like a second life? I am no chef, but it seems like when you elect to do something with a dish, it should be, okay, what does this add? And in this case, it doesn't. Well, anyway, that's about it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this month of We Want Plates. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more. Subscribe if you're not already. And represent.com/Captain Sparkles for another few days. See you later.